That took a while. I clicked the button that said go live, and then I just hung in suspended animation. Oh, for longer than usual. I wasn't sure if something was wrong. I wasn't sure if there's going to be something stopping me from going live tonight. But here I am. It's nice to be here. It's Saturday night where I am. So this is socializing in lockdown town. Curfew just hit. Good evening, Stella and Luke. Yes, for anyone who's watching this who is unawares, in Melbourne town, we have fairly extreme lockdown conditions at the moment. There's an actual curfew between 8 a.m. and 5 a.m. You're not allowed off your property in those hours unless you've got a real good reason. And you don't get to decide what the reasons are. The government has given a list of acceptable reasons. Usually it's around work. If you're one of the few people who's still going to a workplace because you're regarded as necessary, and or like for emergency medical help stuff. That's basically it. And also, we're not allowed to go more than 5 kilometers from our home. Again, there are exceptions. There are a very specific set of exceptions. Did I say it's from 8 a.m.? I thought I said 8 p.m. to 5 a.m., but, whatevs. It is an overnight curfew that we are subjected to, all to stop the bloody coronavirus from getting out of control, because it was getting there. The number of new cases daily in Melbourne was just ratcheting up and up. We were getting up to 700-800 new cases a day, and after 2 weeks lockdown, we're down to like 300-400 a day. Hopefully by the end of like this coming week, a week from now, we'll be, I don't know, under two. That would be a nice goal. Be under 200 new cases a day. That would be good, but it's a mug's game trying to predict the future. So I shan't try to predict the future, because it's a dark and terrible place. I mean, looking at the milestones, over 21 million global cases, which again probably means more than 100 million people globally have the virus. The other cases are undetected. US has got 5.3 million, Brazil 3.2 million, India 2.5 million, and Russia sneaking up on 1 million cases. But Jesus, those top three, I'd be willing to bet. Again, when you look at the daily test results in America, they've been really consistent of about 8% positive of the test. Some days it's higher, some days it's lower, but it's been really consistent with 8%, which logically you could say it's a reasonable bet that means about 8% of the population's infected. There are a lot of variables that might mean that's spurious, but if you say like that positive rate might be high because people who are more likely to have the virus are getting tested, and so the people not getting tested are actually less likely to have the virus. It could actually be the other way as well. Who knows? But if you went with that 8%, that means that it's like 25 million people in the US probably have the virus. But, it's very unknown. Very unknown. I didn't see that story, Luke, but it doesn't surprise me. Someone went to get fast food in curfew hours and when stopped by the cops, had a little rant saying the COVID-19 is fake. Yeah, well, the fine's a real dipshit. There is really no shortage whatsoever of absolute dickheads out there. And because the dickheads have all found each other on fucking Facebook, it's just, yeah. They just reinforce each other's stupidity. And like, we're fucking doomed, man. We're fucking doomed. But yes. Yeah, they're just, there are just so many signs that humans are absolute fucked. Absolutely fucked. I was looking at a report of the most recent daily cases in the US. So for like yesterday, so it's Saturday night where I am, so it's Saturday morning in the US. So for Friday, they had 1,100 deaths reported, over 50,000 new reports. In Melbourne, we were getting really freaked out at 600, 700, 800 new cases. The US, and again, that's continent-wide, there's had regularly over 50,000 new cases a day. But yes. It's all a bit weird. And by weird, I mean scary and fucked up. Absolutely. As the saying goes, I've seen variants of this shared on social media multiple times, but getting mighty sick of living through events of historical importance. This is world-changing shit, and we have no idea where it's going to go. So we just got to keep soldiering on. This is the last of my carbonated, clarified pina colada. And carbonation did, said this last night, carbonation did really interesting things to the flavor of it. Made the taste sharp. It's still nice. I actually don't think I'd do it again. It was just an experiment. And because the straight clarified pina colada is basically, it's like the best drink I've ever made. It is so good. And this is good. If I just had this in isolation, I'd say this is good. But what the carbonation does to the drink, it makes it different. It doesn't improve it. Oof, just the flavors. The flavors, my man. The flavors. So many flavors in there. So I think I put 3 sorts or 4 sorts of rum in there. So you got some of those rather agricultural flavors of rum. People often say rum is it's a little bit funky as a distilled spirit, and it's got very distinct flavors in it. And there's like 4 different styles of rum in there, including overproof. Well, I wanted to get pissed, so to put some overproof rum in there, 69% in fact. My rums tend to be around 40% alcohol by volume. And when you get overproof rums, where they call them Navy strength or overproof or whatever, they tend to be mid 50s and up. So 69% is actually quite high for a rum. There are some overproof rums that are like 75% alcohol, which is pretty goddamn serious, but tis what it is, I guess. Luke, you got mixed up with the days because you worked today. Yeah, yeah. If you have irregular work hours, it doesn't help to remember what day of the week it is. Get very confusing. So I'm not surprised if you worked on a day you don't normally work. Yes, it is Saturday. So yeah, if you work on a day when you don't normally work, particularly in these weird times, in these very, very weird times, where time doesn't mean anything, days don't mean anything, it's very easy to get thrown off. So I don't blame you for forgetting which day it was, mate. So I did indeed not go to work. Not work from home. I lounged around. I mean, I did household things like laundry and whatnot, because it's still the weekend, even though that has much less meaning. But it was sunnier than I thought it was going to be, so I thought I'm going to be freaking daredevil. This is my idea of risky behavior: is do the laundry and put it out on the line, rather than hang it up on racks inside the house over a heat vent. Because I thought, no, I reckon it's not going to rain, and there'll be enough time with no rain that my laundry will dry. That's my idea of living dangerously. That's how exciting my life is. It's still on the line because I was leaving out there till tomorrow. So we'll see how well that works out for me. Hey, just my wild and crazy living on the edge? Yes, exactly. Melbourne weather is a little unpredictable. It's probably going to rain tomorrow, but not until later in the day. So there's a good chance that my gamble will pay off. Abigail, you like the shirt? I'll show the whole shirt. It's kind of it's meant to look like a cross stitch with "There's no place like home" with the Stargate on it, and I believe the chevrons are set for home on that. So yes, typical for T Fury, mashing up two things. In this case, a typical needlepoint slogan and the Stargate from the Stargate TV shows and movie. I quite like the movie. Had Kurt Russell as the bitter senior army officer who's investigating the Stargate when they uncover it. So, like, if you watched the Stargate TV series, the two lead male characters, the soldier and the scientist, they have parallels in the movie, which came first, played by different actors in the movie and the TV show. I didn't mind the TV show. I didn't watch it that much, but I did quite enjoy the movie. I actually have the movie on disc. It has what's that actor's name? I'm gonna look them up because there was a brief moment where they were maybe going to have a career and then didn't. Came to fame in The Crying Game in the early 90s, a British film. And it is a good film. And what was interesting to me, let's see, who's the cast? Stephen Ray, Miranda Richards, that's Jay Davidson. American-born British model, retired actor. So yes, it was really feeling okay. Spoiler alert: 30 years later, the central thing of the crying game is this character called Dill, and uh, uh, and there was everyone was like, "Oh, there's a big secret in the crying game. Yeah, don't give it away. If you've seen the crying game, don't spoil it for other people." And so I went to see the crying game, going, "Ooh, I wonder what the big secret, what the big surprise is." And okay, at a very high level, the movie involves the central character is like uh, with the IRA, and early on they kill an American soldier. Actually, I think he's British. Okay, it's an American actor. It's Forrest Whitaker. I think he's meant to be British. And when this guy goes to kill him, he says something about, look out for my girl, look out for Dill. And then this rather troubled IRA guy, played by Stephen Ray, goes and quite ill-advisedly finds his girl Dill, who the soldier has told him is not like other girls, and things start up between them. And there were like two dead giveaways, and I don't know where we were with understanding and nomenclature at the time, but there were two obvious bits of behavior where it's like, Dill has a dick, Dill is a trans woman who has a dick. That was like, to me, it was super obvious. And I thought they made it quite clear. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, Dill's got a dick. And I was waiting for the big surprise. And then Dill sort of shows all to the lead character, and he freaks out, and Dill's like, well, I thought you knew. And it's like, how would you not fucking know, honestly? And I spent the whole movie waiting for the surprise, and then eventually realized, oh, that was the surprise, but it was really obvious. All right, so yeah, there we go. Hey, nobody, good evening. Yes, Stella, apparently there's a big surprise, but I thought they made it quite obvious. But anyway, and the reason I brought that up is because Jay Davison was also in the Stargate movie as the godlike character Ra from the alien race that built the Stargates. But yeah, so it looked like Jay Davidson was going to have something of a career. The Crying Game in '92 and Stargate in '94. But never really took off. So c'est la vie, I guess. So yes, yeah. Now we're talking Stargate because I've got a Stargate T-shirt on. No Place Like Home. Feel free to continue Stargate talk, Stella. Yes. There you go. Okay, this race didn't build the Stargates; they just used them. There you go. Abigail knows the lore more than I do of the Stargate world. So Jay was very androgynous, but I don't think Jay is trans. I think Jay Davidson is just a fairly androgynous looking dude. But the character in the crying game was trans. The other interesting thing is when Jay Davidson played Ra, Jay Davidson also looked kind of ageless as well. Like would be very difficult to guess his age. Oh, here we go. Abigail laying down some truth. The Goa'uld were petty conquerors. It was the ancients that built the Stargate network. There you go. Luke, I think in the other capital cities, cinemas are about to open again. Definitely not in Melbourne, not in Victoria, but I think in the other states, cinemas are about to open again if they're not open already. Because I got like a mailing list from like Village Cinemas, and they're starting to advertise like the Tenet is coming out towards the end of this month. So they expect the cinemas to be open towards the end of this month. Stella, you thought the reveal was obvious. I did too. I don't think I was particularly trans aware at the time. But I just thought it was super obvious. There were two scenes where, to me, it was super obvious that the character Dill had a dick, and but the thicko lead character couldn't guess. Nobody he gets lonely due to lack of use. Yes, well. I can still remember like Boy George sang the title song for the movie, The Crying Game, which I quite like. I occasionally, that's one of the songs that sometimes, I just remember it and hear it in my head. It was a good song. Luke, you miss going to movies, but don't miss the candy bar prices. I have to admit, I would take in my own snacks into movies. Unless I was going to Gold Class, then it was a big date night thing of ordering not snacks, like food, being in the big comfy reclining chairs in Gold Class and ordering a 3-course meal to be brought in during the movie. I have to admit, I like that because I'm not, I don't go out very often. Mr. Zangra and I try to do a date night every second week, and it was usually, not always, it was usually dinner and cocktails and a movie. Sometimes it was just dinner. I don't think there was a time where we just went to the movies and didn't have dinner. Sometimes we would go to dinner and not go to the movies. But the most common date night was dinner, cocktails, and a movie, which is quite nice. So, Still, you're eating popcorn now because you're an adult and you're allowed to eat popcorn even if you're not at the movies. It's true. I don't mind popcorn. Fresh popcorn's good. I'm not a huge fan of popcorn, but yes, some hot, salty popcorn is pretty good. Yes. Abigail, yes, you just ate a whole bag of Cheezels because you are also an adult. I had some, well, they weren't Cheezels, they were the Cheetos cheese puffs. It wasn't a whole bag because someone had got to it before me. Like, someone's been eating the Cheetos. I want some before they're all gone. But yes, we are adults and we are living in difficult and stressful times. So we're allowed to do whatever the fuck we want, I reckon. Musical aid, you missed Stargate. SGU is starting to look like it was going for a nice mind fuck at the end. And it got cancelled. Time loop where they caused themselves. Nobody, you've never tried Gold Class, but snacks are certainly overpriced. Been a while since you movie. Your life is a ball of fire. Yeah, you got to set your own priorities. And self-care, whatever form it takes, should come first. For some people, going out to the movies would be a form of self-care. But yeah, if you got to just feel like you're just kind of managing things and going out is too much stress, then clearly going out would be a bad idea in that case. Yep. But we do what we do. We do what we can. Now the pirate song came back in. Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. So we're all pirates, basically, is what I'm saying. We are all pirates. Luke, you like going to the movies during the day when it's mostly empty? I had a job a long time ago where I was working a late shift. Like I started at 12, I think. It was either 11 or 12 I started and like went through to 8 p.m. So I often, because I get up early anyway, I would often see a movie before going to work. Like quite often they would have a movie session that started early enough I could watch it and then still get to work on time. So I didn't, it's just not something I did every day, but semi-regularly I would go and see a movie before going to work. And this was a job where you had to wear a tie. So all the ties I wear in my cocktail videos, this is when I bought these ties. Like I've had these ties for 25 years. So I'd be sitting in the movies. Yeah, sometimes you'd get a snack. And I remember once I was wearing a white shirt and like business shirt. And this is in the movies, and I probably had a popcorn or chips and a choc top. I definitely had a choc top because in the dark, I'm going num 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 choc top. Little bits of the chocolate broke off and landed on my shirt, and I didn't realize it because it was dark. And then my body heat melted the chocolate, so it really soaked in. Like it really thoroughly soaked into the shirt from my body heat. And then I got out of the cinema and into the light and just saw these fucking chocolate stains on my shirt. And, I went in the bathroom, tried to rinse them off, and they were not rinsing off. Like the chocolate had really fucking soaked in the shirt. So, I had to go to work with these stains all over my shirt. That's just the way it was. Stella, you saw Shutter Island in the cinema all by yourself. Still wasn't scary. Yes, I didn't find that movie very scary. I was a thriller I went and saw. This is a long time ago. As a movie with John Lithgow called Raising Cain. It's about a guy with multiple personalities, like trauma-induced multiple personalities, and he starts splitting between personalities, and it's like a suspense thriller. And because I had this weird job where I was working at a shopping mall during the day, and I went to the movies, and I went to a daytime session of this, and I was the only one in the cinema. And that was a little bit scary. At some of the tense moments, I did find myself looking over my shoulder, just going, fuck, I'm in this huge fucking dark room by myself, and weird shit's happening on the screen. No one's sneaking up on me, are they? Because there's all this sneaking up on people on the screen. And I'd hear little noises and stuff. And I wasn't, it wasn't like, scared, but I definitely found myself looking over my shoulder because there was something really creepy about being in the big dark room by myself. So I think you've not seen many scary movies that were actually scary. Yeah, jump scares. I agree. That doesn't count. And yeah, I'm actually with you. I am not that into horror. It's a long time since I've been enthralled by a horror movie. Probably the closest to that recently was Get Out, and that was more just being not scared, but absolutely enthralled with what the fuck is happening? What the fuck? This is fucked up. Like it was a very well done film. And like Jordan Peele's follow-up, Us, had a good setup, and there was some genuinely fucking creepy stuff in that movie. I thought the resolution was pretty weak, whereas I thought the resolution of Get Out was really strong. I really like that movie. It's making me want to rewatch it, actually. But Us it was a good setup, and there was some genuinely unnerving and creepy stuff in it. But yeah, the resolution didn't really do it for me. I was a bit disappointed in that. Nobody, you like some Stephen King stuff? I haven't seen that Doctor Sleep one. It's just come out on the streaming services. I might watch it soon. It's more or less a sequel to The Shining. There was that series, Castle Rock, set in the town where all the weird shit in Stephen King novels happens. And I thought that was pretty good. Not necessarily scary, but a good series. There's a second season, which I haven't watched, but the first series, ooh, Abigail, you like Doctor Sleep? Yes. I'd say definitely watch The Shining if you haven't. Even just for the visuals in The Shining, it's not that long ago. Like, it's within the last 10 years was the first time I actually sat down and properly watched The Shining. And the opening sequence following the car that's going on this twisting mountain road is just visually stunning. I've not seen anything like it. Kubrick was a good filmmaker. He may have been a weirdo and even a prick. And some of his films are better than others. But in terms of craft, he was very good. Still, you love horror, but yeah, when people say something's terrifying, I can't remember being scared by a horror movie. Again, apart from jump scares or gory shit. Nobody. Stephen King is quite good at story, actually. Yeah. He is very good at the skill of story writing. Oh no, you're not finding something you're looking for. Oh, mysterious hooded stranger in the kitchen. Oh, what sort of thing were you looking for?
Ice cream on there's the cheesecake.
Yeah, there you go, some cheesecake. I promise I will go to the supermarket tomorrow to remedy the lack of dessert situation. Oof, it's a tough life. But we need treats. We're in bloody... Yeah, just take... Oh, unless you don't want to eat that much. But I was going to say take the whole... No, it's actually a fairly big bit. Yeah, in this ISO life, we need to treat ourselves a bit, I think. So when I go to the supermarket to get the basics, I always go, ooh, what treats are they offering? The reason there's a cheesecake in the house is because it was on special. I always get... I am the buy stuff on special guy. Like, oh, look, the chips are half price. Get a couple packets of chips. Ooh, look at those tasty looking chocolate biscuits that are on sale. Get some of them. So that's the type of shopper I am. I'm really into getting stuff that's on sale. It's kind of what dictates the lunch and dinner menus here. What I got that was on special. Still, you recently watched The Nightingale. People raved how horrifying it was, but honestly, if you've actually been to Tasmanian penal colonies, nothing compared to reality. Locust Trooper, you heard China's threatening nuclear war. I've not heard that, and I would say it's horseshit. Western politicians and media talk ridiculous shit about China. I'm not a fan of the Chinese regime. They're nasty authoritarians. Can you put that bit back in the fridge? They're nasty authoritarians. But the way Western politicians and media talk about China is horseshit most of the time. Still, so you are saying Nightingale was a good movie, but not terrifying and traumatizing. Like, talking about Tasmania, there was a movie a couple of years ago. about the cannibal convicts from Tasmania. There's an actual true story because Van Diemen's Land back in the day was a penal colony where they sent the really bad ones because they couldn't really go anywhere. It was an island and most of it was wilderness. So if you escaped from prison, what the fuck are you going to do? And a group of convicts escaped, and they captured. Eventually, one of them was captured, and they're like, "Okay, where are the rest of them?" And he basically said, "Things went a bit south, and we started killing and eating each other, and I'm the last one. Like I killed and ate everyone else." And they didn't believe him. They thought he was just covering for the ones that were still on the run, and they never believed the cannibalism story. And then he escaped again with a couple of other convicts. And this time, when they caught him, he was actually roasting body parts on a fire. And they went, "Oh, maybe he was telling the truth. Maybe he did actually kill and eat the other escapees." And there was a movie made about it a few years ago. Sometime, I think it was about 5 years ago, I'm not sure. And it was really hyped. It was like, "Oh, this movie's so full on, like audiences are throwing up and blah, 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 blah." And it was so fucking tame. Maybe it had been talked up too much for me. But yeah, when I saw the film, I was just like, nobody was upset by this. No one threw up watching this. That was just bullshit hype. Stella, Alexander Pierce escaped from Sarah Island, visited their conditions were truly horrendous. They were. The conditions in the Van Diemen's Land penitentiaries were fucking horrific. Lee Wannell, one of the guys behind the Saw series, Australian filmmaker, lad from Melbourne, he actually made a movie. It was like an Australian version of The Hills Have Eyes, and it was the fictional descendants of the cannibal convicts that had, been cannibals for generations, and so in the modern world they were kidnapping backpackers and eating them. It's a bit funny. Abigail, you got blueberries out of the fridge. Oh no! Drop them on the floor. Surely you can wash them. Apparently nobody. Human tastes like pig, as the phrase long pig, Annette said the other night. Apparently human meat is sweet like pork. It tastes more like pork than beef. So, yeah, there's a joke that eating humans is long pig because, our bodies are longer than pigs' bodies. So if you ever see someone referring to long pig, they're talking about cannibalism. Locust Trooper, I've always been a tight ass. I'm obsessed with buying stuff on special. Stella, you watched on Netflix when your American friend came to visit right after you visited Sarah Island. Nice. Oh, okay, you did watch them, Abigail. I'm glad they're not going to waste. All right. Well, that's the end of the pina colada. What are we, half an hour in? That's okay. I found a recipe for a pina colada alternative that's actually built around green chartreuse. I think I want to try it. A pina verde or a greener colada. Pina greener. It's green chartreuse and pineapple juice and cream of coconut and lime juice. And they say do it in a blender with ice. I might just do the shaken version. Am I good at saving? I have some savings now. Let's just say I've been much better in the last year than I have been in previous decades. So There you go, nobody. I hadn't really heard pigs are similar to human makeup, but apparently we taste more like pig than beef. So, oh, see, nobody. I wouldn't quite do that if your brakes are wearing down on the car. I'd probably get that fixed. I also don't drive much, so. But I keep cars for a long time. My current car I've had for 5 years. The previous car I kept for 10 years. I only traded the last one in when it was consistently needing repairs. And I was thinking, what I'm spending for repairs is more than what I'd be paying in like installments for a new car. So fuck it. I'm just going to trade it in and get a new car. But yes, I usually keep cars for quite a while. My 1960s Volkswagen Beetle. In your defense, you didn't do brakes because you're planning to replace the rotors anyway. That's fair. Do it all on go. Cheers, mate. Locust Trooper, you have done very well with your saving. But no, yeah, I actually have a savings plan now that I'm sticking to. So that's pretty good. I just decided I should. I'd just been very lazy and careless with money for the last couple of decades. So, yeah. That's a good point, Stella, where omnivores like pigs, that would also contribute to us tasting different to the herbivores. Because we do have pigs being omnivores. I just always think of the monologue in Snatch, the Guy Ritchie film, with the gangster Bricktop says about pigs. I'm going to see if I can find it. "16 pigs." Here we go. See if this is the thing. Bricktop says, "You're always going to have problems lifting a body in one piece. Apparently, the best thing to do is to cut up a corpse into 6 pieces and pile it all together. And when you've got your 6 pieces, you've got to get rid of them because it's no good leaving it in the deep freeze for your mum to discover now, is it? Then I hear the best thing to do is feed them to pigs. You got to starve the pigs for a few days, and then the sight of a chopped up body would look like curry to a piss head. You got to shave the heads of your victims and pull out the teeth for the sake of the piggy's digestion. You could do this afterwards, of course, but you don't want to go sieving through pig shit now, do you? They will go through a bone like butter. You need at least 16 pigs to finish the job in one sitting. So be wary of any man who keeps a pig farm. They will go through a body that weighs 200 pounds in about 8 minutes. That means that a single pig can consume 2 pounds of uncooked flesh every minute. Hence the expression, greedy as a pig. So, yeah, that's Bricktop's thing about pigs. Absolutely, Stella. Pigs will fuck it. Oh no, Luke, this is domesticated pigs. Pigs on a farm will eat humans. That was also used in the movie Hannibal. One of the Silence of the Lambs sequels. Someone's gonna feed body to the pigs, because just pigs on a farm will eat flesh. Absolutely. Yes, Abigail. That's another one with cannibalism. Monty Python references to the British Navy. A very good sketch about the sailors lost at sea. Well, we're not all going to make it, so we should draw straws for who we're going to eat. And one of them goes like, "Oh, don't draw straws, sir. Eat me. I've got a gammy leg anyway. I'm not going to make it." And then one of the guys go, "Oh, I don't want to eat him. He's got a gammy leg." Yes, Locust Trooper. The pigs are omnivores. They eat meat, they eat vegetables, they will fucking eat anything, and they have chompy teeth. and a pretty aggressive digestive system. So, yeah. And also, domesticated pigs, if they get in, and this is, I learned this growing up in the country, domesticated pigs get into the wild, they start to revert to boar status, like growing tusks and shit, in 1 or 2 generations. So they go wild and dangerous very fucking quickly. But yes, even just pigs in a farm will fucking eat you. If you fall into a pig enclosure and you're either injured or unconscious, you are in terrible trouble, essentially. So, fairly warned be ye. Got some pineapple juice. I'm going to try this drink I saw the recipe for. Chartreuse pina colada. Because I have all the ingredients. Where'd I put my shaker? Oh, put it. Yeah, no, I washed it. It's over here. All right. Oh, just got to grab it. A strainer. Got a shaker. Right. Alrighty. My shaker. Put some ice in it. Vanilla ice, baby. Try and be like the cool kids and crack a big block of ice in there as well. Right. Or I could just put a big block in there. Close that. I need a spoon to try and crack it. What is it? Okay, I'll try and crack this. Oops, making a mess. Making a mess. Okay. That made a bit of a mess. That's okay. It's true, Stella. Pigs are very intelligent as well. And they have some cunning to go with it. So don't underestimate a pig, basically. Do not underestimate a pig because if they get a chance, they will fuck you up. So don't underestimate a pig. All right, where's my green chartreuse? All right. Oh, God, I didn't get my freaking jigger. I need my jigger. Now I can't stop licking my lips. What's that about? I'll try another drink. Well, I didn't think we'd get into the cannibalism talk as early as we did tonight, but that's where we are. Anything can happen. Yes, that was a particularly good Simpsons line, Luke, when Lisa said she wasn't going to eat animals anymore. And Homer says, like not even beef? No, Dad. Not even pork? No. Not beef? No, I'm not going to eat a cow. Not even pork? No. Or bacon? No. Or ham? No, Dad, those are all the same animal. And I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, pork and bacon and ham all come from one wonderful, magical animal. You can get hundreds of uses out of a pig, actually. Much more than any other animal. Oh, okay, so I've got pineapple juice. 1.5 ounces. Pour that in. And I need my lime juice and cream of coconut out of the fridge. Okie dokie. Cream of coconut. That one's lime juice. Chilled glass. Because I'm sophisticated. I'm a sophisticated motherfucker. All right. So 3/4 of an ounce cream of coconut. Let's go. And half an ounce of lime juice. Is it, you're supposed to put this in a blender with ice so you get like a slushy, but don't really have a blender. So I'm just going to have this shaken and poured into a glass. Not quite the same, but, you know, pretty good. Oh, nobody. Yes, one thing we know about cannibals, they're fed up with people. Love dad jokes. I'm shaking it over there to be further away from the microphone so it wasn't quite as loud. Alrighty. Strain that into the glassy. Ooh. It's a nice color. I really think it just keeps coming out. And I've got little ice shards in this. So it's a bit like a slushy anyway. But it's a nice color. It's a greeny yellow. Again, it's probably not coming out the right color on screen because my webcam's weird. But it's a sort of lime green color. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh, yeah, the herbal stuff comes through later. That's quite good. I like that. Like, if we're having a barbecue, not with people. I'm not allowed to. I had sausages for dinner tonight, if that counts. I grilled them. Yeah. Nobody didn't shake it like a Polaroid picture. You don't like that song? I don't mind that song. But yeah, the shaking a Polaroid, well, it doesn't do anything good. Somehow the idea was developed that it helped the Polaroid to come through if you shook it. And the Polaroid company was always saying, no, it doesn't. Don't do it. It doesn't do anything. But somehow it became very widely held, accepted wisdom that you should shake a Polaroid while it was developing and it will develop faster. No, that's good. Now, on the angry rating system, I reckon that's 7.5, edging towards an 8. And for those who aren't familiar with or have forgotten the angry rating system, 7 out of 10 is good. 8 out of 10 is I'm definitely going to have this again sometime. 9 out of 10 is I want another one of these right now. So this is bordering on an 8. This is probably 7.5. Luke, do I have barbecue all the time? No, I don't do barbecues very often because it feels like more trouble than it's worth. I do have a barbecue out back. There's a gas barbecue out there. I haven't fired it up in a little while. I'd probably have to do a safety check on it before using it. Like, we get back into warmer weather, probably have to clean it and do a safety check. And because, yeah, I don't know, the hose might have corroded or something. And wouldn't want an explosion. But I mean, that's easy enough to do. For those who want to know, how do you check if your hose is secure? Well, you should have turned the gas off last time you used it. So what you do is you turn the gas on, but don't turn the barbecue on, like have the gas valve open, and then you get some soapy water and you pour it over the hose and particularly over the links where it joins. And if there are any leaks, it will blow bubbles. So you should check that when you get back into barbecue season, because you don't want to blow up. Locust Trooper, I tend to agree barbecue tastes good. I just haven't done it for a while. Like I say, I can't entertain in Melbourne. Can't have anyone over. Okay, I said this was 7.5. I think it's an 8. This is one of those drinks that, and it's not lasting very long. The more of it I drink, the more I like it. So, no. Okay, this is an 8. This is definitely an 8. It is good. I think I might make one for my cocktail channel. Actually, that is pretty good. I haven't seen one. Abigail, that's bordering on a dad joke as well. Going to a barbecue at Michael Bay's house, there would be explosions everywhere. You can think of other reasons that it would be a bad idea to go to Michael Bay's house, but. Ooh, Locust Trooper, you want a smoker barbecue? I don't have a smoker barbecue, but yeah, people are into slow cooked meats. It is pretty good. Oh, yeah, Stella, that's an occupational risk as well. Testing if the neighbor's kids have chopped up your garden hose for a bong. I think it was slightly low on the volume. This drink, like it didn't fill up my coupe really nicely. So if I was going to go for a bit more volume, I'd probably do more of the more of the cream of coconut, just to make it a really fucking decadent drink. 3/4 up it to an ounce, or even when there's 1.5 ounces of green chartreuse and pineapple juice, it's fucking maybe go the whole way, do 1.5 ounces of the cream of coconut and just 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Definitely doesn't want more lime juice. It's quite acidic as it is, with the pineapple juice. So don't want any more lime juice. Well, I drank that too fast. I kind of think I drank that too fast. That's how good it tasted, that I just wanted to drink it on down. Whew. I did find a recipe I'm going to have to tell Kirsten about the next time she shows up, doing an olive oil washed gin for a martini, because I think she likes olive in a martini, and do an olive oil washed gin martini. Would be quite tasty. Locust Trooper, your smoker changed your life. Well, yeah, I don't know that I have the patience either, man. I know that, oh my God, there's these guys who specialize in the smoked American style barbecue. They're often in like, food trucks, festivals, Burn City Smokers. Oh my God, the freaking Burnt Ends brisket burger they make is the sort of quintessential meat experience of my life. I'm a meat eater. This is probably the best best meat experience of my life, which is very good. So I can understand why you like it, because when I eat other people's smoked barbecues, it's very good. No, but you don't have a smoker but love cooking over wood flame. Yeah, you get a little bit of that flavor from just cooking on wood. But yeah, there's a whole thing for slow cooked meat in a smoker that really, really can produce amazing results. And no, I don't have any good recipes to share because, like I said, I don't do barbecue often enough to be into it. So, but if you're ever in Melbourne and have a chance to try food from Burn City Smokers, I absolutely recommend it. It's really good. Like I was tempted to go, like I think you can get deliveries from them at the moment. Look at Burn City Smokers. Low and slow barbecue. So premium barbecue at home. They're offering at the moment heat and eat when you need it. We'll bring it to you. How it works. Pick out your favorite meats, vegetables, sides, sauces, and extras. We'll prep it, deliver it. And it's for you to heat and eat. And you can freeze it to enjoy later. Ooh, so get started. What can we order from? Now I'm going to get hungry thinking of this. You can get beef brisket, beef short rib, free range butterflied chicken, free range pulled pork, or a mushroom burger, smoked cauliflower, and for sides they have coleslaw, grain salad, mac and cheese, smoked corn cobbettes, or potatoes in smoked garlic and herb butter. God damn! See, my mouth is watering. I'm getting hungry thinking about this. But yeah, particularly their beef brisket is so good. I got to stop thinking about that. I just want to order it. Like, sure, I should have a channel, Angry's Barbecue Adventures. Maybe. I'm with you, Nobody. I really enjoy fires. Like, fire is good. Bobo, hello, good evening. The latest from AIDSy is he is in hospital, and I am not sure he is in a position to communicate with me because, yeah, he didn't reply to calls or messages for a week. And yes, so his boyfriend checked on him and he was not good and was in a confused state, and he's ended up in hospital, which, as when I updated other people on it, it's both good and bad. It's good because he's now getting care, which he clearly needs, and it's bad because he was in a state that he needed the care. But I try and focus on the good, that he's getting care. So, wow, that was an interesting mix from just sipping from my jigger. It's a mix of, it was very strong lime, actually. I thought it was going to be mostly the cream of coconut, but it tastes like it was mostly lime juice that I just drank, which, is a little bit tart, quite honestly. Limes that I've squeezed myself. Yeah, humans and fire definitely go way back, Locust Trooper. Both for cooking, for warmth, and for ceremonial reasons. Humans have a big thing with a fire. Well, see, nobody. The thing, does AIDSy get breaks in life or not? That depends if you're a glass half full or a glass half empty type of person. Because, yeah, if you're a glass half empty person, you go, oh, he got sick with this, he got sick with that, he got sick with the other. It's so terrible. If you're a glass half full person, it's like, holy fuck, he just these things keep trying to kill him, and he keeps coming back from it. He keeps beating it which is amazing. Like, he's beaten such incredible odds to still be with us today. So, there's a positive way to look at it as well. Sorry, I'm in the kitchen. I just need to check on there's something that needs to be switched off. And I'm just going to check something. No, that's good. I just had to check a couple of things, make sure they were switched off. But we're good. Can't stop licking my lips. Maybe I need to get some lip balm. It's really weird. Well, I don't intend to stay up all night tonight, but I intend to have a couple of drinks. Toronto Maple Leafer, hello. Heine, glass half full, man. Yes. Though Fournier's gangrene, 97% fatality rate, and he's still here. So, yeah, it's in pretty much any situation you can go glass half full or glass half empty. Admittedly, in some case, the glass is 90% empty, so you've really got to focus on the 10% full to take anything positive. But, yeah. Yeah, see, Locust Trooper, it's you've had shit as well, but finding a way to deal with it, and you take a positive from that. So I want to think of another cocktail. So I'm looking at a different website to what I usually. Easy Sours, Negroni Riffs. I fucking hate Negronis. 90s drinks. What were 90s drinks? A breakfast martini, 5 cocktails that defined the early cocktail renaissance. A breakfast... An Earl Grey martini? Don't have time to infuse it. A Juniperativo. That sounds interesting, at least. A Juniperativo. The Pegu Club. What is a Juniperativo? Mint leaves, junipero or other gin, simple syrup, lime juice, and pomegranate. Well, that sounds interesting. I could flex with my fucking Navy strength gin again. Navy strength gin with simple syrup. So that's like, I don't have mint leaves, but that's basically a gimlet with pomegranate syrup and mint. Yeah, that has potential. Riff on a Pegu Club. The Porn Star Martini. There you go. What's in this one? Gin, lemon juice, Cointreau, and Campari. That is interesting. No. I think I like the idea of the Junipero more. Musing. Yes, exactly, Toronto Maple Leafer. What does AZ say to death? Not today. Good call, Abigail. Unless you're drinking in a vacuum, the glass is always full. It's just a question of what is it full? That's interesting. Yeah, I knew Locust Trooper had come back. Nobody raised. Absolutely, saving money on a pension is super fucking difficult. Yeah, Locust Trooper did the really aggressive savings and picked the right place to be able to get a house. As Sel said, if you move to buttfuck nowhere, it's a little bit easier. I remember I went to college in Bathurst until where I met AZ. And, rented a place in town. And Because when you're from the country, driving long distances, like even for half an hour, the idea of driving half an hour to work is fucking shit. Like I'm not going to do that. You grew up in a country town, you're only 5-10 minutes from anywhere. So the idea of having to drive half an hour to work is ridiculous. So when I was going to college in Bathurst, I rented a place in Bathurst. And some of the people in the same course as me who are from Sydney, they rented a house in this really little town that was about half an hour out of Bathurst. And I thought they were insane. But because I didn't realize in Sydney, taking half an hour to get somewhere is really quick. So they thought nothing of having to drive 20 minutes to half an hour from where they were living to get to college. Whereas from a country town, that seems stupid. But because it was just this little town, if you found a rental place, it was dirt fucking cheap. It's like $20 a week. It was ridiculous. So, they really latched on to, if they were willing to travel out of town, they could get rental for ridiculously dirt cheap. But when you grew up in the country, that didn't make sense. That was really fucking weird. Because, everything was always 5 or 10 minutes away when you live in a country town. So something being half an hour away is a long way away. But when you're in a big city, half an hour to travel somewhere is nothing. So I know you often talk about you having trouble handling things, but I actually think you have a really good attitude. I think in the face of adversity, you're actually really quite positive. So it's not always easy to stay positive, but it's good if you're able to keep positive about things. It definitely makes things easier to manage. So, all right, I'm looking at that. I'm not making that. What's this one? Tequila, rasa. No, I'm not making that. Maybe making that. Find your new favorite drink. What's an easy sour? A Clover Club. This website's not loading very well. I'm trying to see things. Green Park. The Bitter Swagger. I'm probably not going to do that because it's Amaro. Amaro is too much for me. Okay, don't know if this is my Wi-Fi or this website is very unresponsive. Anyway. Well, we all have moments where we feel like we can't deal with stuff, but a support network, very, very good. Well, okay, Sally, you do raise a different one that if you're really living in a remote area in the bush and takes an hour to get anywhere. But yes, if you live in a town, like Dubbo or Bathurst, the idea of driving half an hour to go somewhere else is a real fucking pain. But yes, if you're actually really remote, then you are used to it. So what's in a bitter swagger? Amaro, Pisco, Coca Americano, and lemon juice and egg white. Ooh. What's Amaro Tardini? does this drink taste like? Bittersweet Italian aperitivo. Bitter orange, peppermint, and gentian. Okay, I know what I could substitute for that. Yeah. It's a while since I've made a sour. I might make a sour. It's still being a typical townie. That is absolutely real. I like that as a support network. Nobody. Your mate threatened if you suicide, he'll kill you. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, just having a friend who'll say something really direct, but, joking and whatnot. But it's good to have people who'll just sort of cut through the bullshit with you. That's good. All right. I'm going to put some things away. And I'm going to make myself another drink. All right. Put this away. Gonna get a lemon juice. I'll put this one away. I want this. And I want this. What was in it? It was Pisco, wasn't it? Pisco and Cokie Americano. Pisco. Ooh, almost out of Pisco. Gonna have to buy some more Pisco. Cokie Americano. All right. And an egg. I need an egg. Wait. I have to rinse my cocktail shaker because, Jesus. Condensation made it stick to my napkin. Just got to rinse this. Alrighty, so rinsed that. My hands are really wet. What else do I want to do? Put some fresh ice in it, I guess. Right, fresh ice. And I'll do the cracky again. Oh. All right. Crack this little beauty. Why do I have such trouble cracking ice? There we go. And it missed the bloody shaker. Caught it though. That'll do. That'll do. I've made a mess. I have made a mess. I'm a messy boy. Heine, a question for movie aspects. Is 2012 worth persisting with? About 20. Look, 2012 is exactly what it looks like. It's a stupid as hell disaster movie. Like, it's really stupid. Nobody need the dentist again. Oh, you broke a tooth. I broke a filling in first lockdown and had to go to the dentist. I don't think they were getting much business. They were only meant to do emergency stuff. So they said, "Oh, come in and we'll have a look." And then they agreed that and didn't really meet the description of an emergency. But you know what? You're here, man. You're here. So, yeah, I got a filling repaired. Oh, so you've got some teeth 80% filling. I had one that eventually got extracted. It was definitely more artificial than tooth. John Michael, you were flinching every time I hit the ice, expecting it to explode like a bomb. I'm pretty bad at cracking ice, and I made a mess, but that was probably better than a lot of them. All right, so I'm making this drink, which is called Bitter Swagger. Now, the way they described the Amaro they're using, 1.25 ounces, I'm going to use a little bit of this quite strong Australian Amaro, but I'm going to match it with its sibling, which is more herbal, Okar Gold, to get the herbal notes. All right. So that's the bitter part. Now, I've also got to put some pisco in, which is basically brandy, Peruvian brandy. It's a grape-based brandy. And it's a, clear brandy. I'm supposed to put 3/4 ounce of that in. All right. Not that much left. I'll have to get some more pisco. How much? Just 1/4 ounce of this sort of vermouth type thing. Cookie Americano. Yeah, that's 1/4 ounce. 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Did I? I thought I got lemon juice out of the fridge when I got this. Because this lives in the fridge. You've got to keep your vermouths in the fridge, kids. I did not get my lemon juice out. Lemon juice. You fat bastard. Oh, now I gotta get a freaking egg. I forgot to get an egg. Right, just a second, and I'll get an egg. Eggy. Yeah, eggy. Alrighty. Got to do the whole egg white separation thing. See how well this goes. Tonto Maple, you and your older sister went to see 2012 in the cinemas. It caused anxiety. All right. You were yelling at the screen. Just end the world already. I just did this backwards, but that's okay. The egg white goes in there. And I'm going to save the yolk in here. Mrs. Angry is going to make it Sunday. Every second Sunday, Mrs. Angry makes us all really yummy pancakes. So I'll save the yolk. Ugh, now I've got to wash my hands. I've got egg white all over them. Sorry. Just a sec. Oop, that's interesting. The yolk decided to break when I put it in a little Tupperware container. That's okay. Nobody, good night to you. Look after yourself, friend. Still, you're going to have to get an extraction at the front. So you get a replacement, or you look like a real cowgirl. Yeah, my extractions have been at the back at least. And they did want me to get false teeth for it, and I haven't got around to it. I probably should, because there's this big fucking stretch of gum where there used to be teeth. Got to shake this. All right, that's fucking cold now. Very foamy. I wanted to shake it hard. Just want to get it very foamy. Right. Let's try this. See how how well I. Oh, it looks pretty foamy. I think I shook it fairly well. Okay. Try this version of a bitter swagger. Well, it's a pretty color. The red Amaro has made it a very pretty color. All right, I'll put that there. So Toronto, your defense was past midnight. There's only so much stupid you could take in the movie because it got boring. Yeah, it was a pretty stupid movie. So it's quite pink because there's a red Amaro in here. That's a very neat looking thing. What's it taste like? Yeah, I'm not into super bitter drinks like what do you call it? Negronis, which are so popular and they're really bitter. This is probably the limit of bitterness for me. You know what? I'm really tempted to be a wuss. Reshake it a bit with a little bit of sugar syrup in there. Because fuck it, it's for me. I can do what I want. Okay, go back in there. Get my sugar syrup. Special homemade sugar syrup with citrus in it. So it's technically an oleosaccharum rather than a simple sugar syrup. Squeeze a little bit of that, just a little bit. And I'll shake it again. Locust Trip, can I explain why men get a beer gut or beer belly more than women? I don't know if that's about physiology or just about different eating and drinking habits. All right, take two. Made it a little bit sweeter for myself. Giving it a slightly better wash line too. Just perfectly in the cup at this point. In the glass, I should say. Toronto Maple Leaf, you're not really into bitter as well? Safa, do I like Baileys? Short answer no. So there you go. It's a very elegant drink. There you go. I've taken the edge off the bitter. There's still a bit of dryness, bitterness I'm not averse to it. I like to mix things up, like, have a sweet cocktail, have a boozy cocktail, have one with a bit of a bitter edge, have a creamy one like a dessert. I might even make it a dessert cocktail after this, to see me off to bed. But yes, I've tamed the bitter edge on this one. It's pretty good. See, again, but to my taste, this is it's probably only a 6.5, which means it's good, but I'm not gonna rush to make it again. There are so many other drinks in the world that I rate a 7, 8, 9. I'm not going to rush to make a 6, 6.5 again. So, and that means it's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. I don't regret making it, but it does look fancy, doesn't it? Sours with egg white are good for that. They do look very fancy. Mm. I'm glad I put the bit of sugar syrup in there. People who like drinks like Negronis would probably call me a major wuss. So, but this is to my taste. Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, better 6.5. Heine, you reckon men's gut get fat's worse for women? It's their butts. I don't know. I don't know if there's any science behind that. As a general observation, that kind of feels right. No, I've got a ridiculously huge gut at the moment. Like, it's fucking terrible. I should do something about it. Why won't someone do something about how fat I am? But you see, like, I don't have really fat arms. They're not skinny arms. There's a bit of bingo wings going on there, but they're not like super fat arms. But I have like a ridiculously fucking huge gut, and I've got a bit of a double chin happening here and whatnot. But yes. Isaac Butterfield will call me a soy boy. The concerns of Isaac Butterfield and his fans are of no interest to me. Yeah, I don't regret making this cocktail. And because it looks good, this is another one I might make it for my cocktail channel. But yeah. Locust Trooper, you got small arms but a huge gut. Yeah, I mean, I've got fairly sort of normal arms. They're not like really fat arms, but I've got a really fucking huge gut. Oh, there you go. Stelly's saying it is estrogen makes women more likely to gain weight around the thighs and bum. There you go. That makes sense. And in my case, laziness and indulgence give me a huge gut. I don't shy away from that. People, you're really fat. And I go, yeah, but that's because I like myself, so I'm really indulgent. Go on, big guy. Have that treat. Put that sugar syrup in your cocktail. Maybe I was too harsh on it. Maybe it's better than 6.5. Man. No, actually, I quite liked that. Oofda. Some people get yum, some people get fat. Yeah, look, some people are when they're fat, they're overall very round. Like, like Clive Palmer is just fucking huge everywhere. Like, his face is disappearing into his huge bloated head. And I say this as being someone with a huge head. Like, Clive Palmer's just fucking huge all over. Absolutely, Safa. This is the COVID. Less physical activity and more therapeutic treat eating. Absolutely. Stella's been looking it up. Some Google. Sex-specific fat or stubborn fat that serves as energy reserve for the demands of pregnancy and lactation. For men, there's no evolutionary purpose of belly fat, known as visceral fat. It's a dangerous type of fat, envelops your organs and is linked to metabolic disease. There you go. That's fucking cheerful. And having said that, will I make one more cocktail? I'd make it like a dessert cocktail. I'm tempted. I've got Advocate. Maybe I won't open the Advocate. Maybe I'll use the cream of coconut again, and maybe choco banana. Do a choco banana cocktail. That seems like a good idea to me. I've got chocolate liqueur and banana liqueur. And nuts. Oh yeah, chocolate and banana and nuts. Do like a chocolate sundae. Abigail, isn't egg white dangerous uncooked? Only if you're a fucking wuss, fucking worried about fucking botulism. Salmonella actually is what you're worried about from eggs. I think it's honestly, it's more of a concern in America with their shitty food handling, and their food industry is just fucking rife for disease. I think it's really low risk in Australia, and I'm going with the alcohol kills salmonella in a cocktail. So abdominal fat is harder to lose for women. Zuckerbot says overall it's the easiest to lose because it breaks down more quickly. Studies have shown that increasing fiber intake can decrease the amount of this dangerous visceral fat. Well, there you go. I need to start eating all bran and shitting away the fat. Actually, that's probably really good advice. I really should follow it. Oh. So, put that in there. I'm going to put a glass in the freezer again. That would be an elegant little glass soon. So I could do chocolate, banana, and nuts. So it's like a chocolate sundae. Chocolate banana sundae with nuts on top. Sounds like a suitably decadent way to finish the evening, doesn't it? I think that is a thing I will do. L'esprit de Andes. Pisco. Product of Peru. Machu Picchu is in another language. Un alcohol premium provenant de Andes. Premium alcohol from the Andes. Why is it in French? Must have been intended for the French market, but then it's been imported to Australia. That is weird. This is obviously labeling has been intended for the French. Again, this weird fucking thing. That's bright green. It looks yellowy orange on the screen. That stuff that looks yellowy orange is actually a bright lime green. I have no idea why this weird fucking webcam will not reproduce green. Absolutely strange. Very, very, very strange to me. All right. I'm getting to put these ones back. Machu Picchu. Ooh, white creme de cacao. I want that. Blood orange. Where did I put the Mac? There's the Mac. All right. Chocolate and the nuts. Nuts to you. Put this back. And I want the banana as well. All right. Oh, that's what I was going to do. So that way it's not going to be creamy. It will be creamy if I add the cream of coconut, my homemade cream of coconut. All right. Right, I have to rinse the fucking jigger again. Not the jigger. The shaker. All right. So what have we been talking? We've talked cannibalism. We've talked saving money. We've talked support networks. Yeah, Stella, I think you're right. Definitely American food handling is so much worse than ours. They're at higher risk for the eggs being contaminated. Evidence of that being so sociological. Certain South Pacific cultures, it is regarded as being a sign of wealth and power to be. Yeah, I don't know that it's that widespread, but like Western culture, it's not regarded favorably. But yeah, in certain South Pacific cultures, Polynesian cultures, and that goes from Hawaii through to Fiji, it is regarded as favorable. But it's not, I don't think it's viewed as favorable in Western culture. Safa, there's no place like home. This is a true thing. Right, so I'm going to put this away. Where did I put my Giga? That's okay, it's there. It's fine. It's fine. Well, I'll just do equal parts of this, probably. Just do equal parts. Maybe a bit more of the Mac, because the Mac's fucking awesome. What's the time? 9:42. Okay, last drink for the evening. Gonna go to bed, 10 o'clock. Did a long late night last night. Not doing it again tonight. So we're going banana. And put that away. And chocolate. Abigail, when you're in Thailand, you saw more than a few huge American men with tiny Thai women. Don't get it. That's a transactional relationship. Don't really hold that against the Thai women engaging in a transactional relationship. But yes, the huge American men find it hard to have someone find them attractive in America. And I don't think they're attractive to a Thai woman because they're huge. I think it's a case of them being huge doesn't matter, because the key element of the relationship is something other than physical attractiveness. And that's not an altogether negative thing. I'm quite honest. Okay. Oh, so it's my go-to-bed dessert cocktail. I don't have any ice. Good job. Good job, buddy. Put some ice in there. Ooh, it's looking very banana coloured at the moment. Be interested how it comes out. Some small ice. And one piece of big ice. And that's just because some YouTube channels I slavishly am beholden to say that it's better if you crack a big bit of ice in there. There you go. That was actually less trouble than most times I do it. Stella, diets have practically switched. The rich were able to consume fatty, sugary foods. Poor people ate lean, whereas now diets of the poor are filled with fat. Yeah, because the mass-produced foods, are nutrient poor and calorie rich. Yeah, and that's why you'd think, oh, if you're overweight, you must have enough money to be overweight. No, because really cheap foods make you fat. Safa, well, you're saying Donald Trump's marriage isn't real. Donald Trump's marriage is transactional. I don't know that means it's not real, but yeah. Lemonhead, good evening, good morning, hello, whatever part of the... I'm taking it's morning for you. It's almost 10 at night for me. Could I actually use the egg yolk? Could have used the egg yolk in this cocktail. That would have made it a bit sort of richer and whatnot. But what's done is done. This is my last cocktail, a dessert cocktail to see me off to bed. Got my nice Nicanora glass. What's the impression that I get? Oh, yes. It's very banana color. Make a lot of it. This one is my dessert cocktail. Banana cocktail. How did I wake up this morning? So I had a slight headache. I couldn't find headache pills. Oh, fuck you. Oh, my God. Oh, that's so decadent. So good. Yes, I couldn't find headache pills before I went to bed last night. So I woke up this morning and I had a very slight headache. I didn't have a hangover as such, but I did have a slight headache because I did have a few drinks last night. Did hit it a little bit. Was a little bit drunk by the end of the stream, like midnight last night. It was like 12:30 when I went to bed. Yeah, so when I woke up this morning, I had a slight headache. Nothing too bad, but then I found the headache tablets. So I took some and then I was fine. Yeah, I wasn't even that lethargic today. Sometimes after a big Friday night, it's like I'm just slumping around all day. Like, yeah, you know, I'm not sick. I'm not hungover, but I have no fucking energy whatsoever. Oh my God, that's good. It's just so... This one's just sweet decadence. You don't want to have too many of them. That's the diabetes if you have too many of them. But, you know, for a treat, for a bit of variety, it's not bad at all. In fact, I mean, it's probably too sweet. Like, I'm not rating this... Whew, actually, it's pretty good. 7.5. It's pretty good, but it's like this is where the cocktail snob in me comes out. There's no subtlety in that. It's just sweetness. It is literally, this is a dessert. This is just a dessert. It's a really tasty dessert. It is. It's a really tasty dessert, but there's no subtlety to it. There's no depth to it. And I really enjoy cocktails that have that subtlety and depth. Like when you drink them, the taste actually goes through multiple phases as you drink them. And over the life of the cocktail, it can change as well. So that is tasty and sweet, but it's very one-dimensional. I was about to say, although there's no milk, there is coconut milk in it. There's coconut milk in it. So it's like this very sweet, milky, creamy taste. But so if you think of drinking the most cocktails, what? For me or compared to who? I was aware with L lockdown, like not this current one, the whole isolation before, and doing the live streams 5 or 6 nights a week. and having a drinky most nights, I was drinking too much. I was quite conscious, oh, I'm drinking too much. So I deliberately cut it back. So, it's like in most of the live streams, not tonight or last night, most of the live streams, I start off with my big glass that's got a non-alcoholic drink, like it's usually like a fruit juice and lemonade drink. So most of the streams, I'll start with a non-alcoholic drink, and I try and limit myself. And yeah, again, apart from if if I'm on a Friday or Saturday night, they're just like party nights. Hey, Annette, by the way. So, for instance, this week I didn't do the stream on. Saturday night was date night, and I did have a couple of drinks because it was a date night. Sunday night I didn't do a stream, and I didn't drink any alcohol. I think like Monday night I made one drink in the stream. Tuesday I don't think I had a drink in the stream. Wednesday I think I made one drink in the stream. Thursday I didn't drink anything in the stream. Friday, last night, I got fucking blasted. I lost count. Did I make 5 drinks? I got fucking blasted last night. But it is Friday. It was a Friday night. But yeah, I got pretty fucking plastered over the 4 hours of the live stream last night. Absolutely. I have no fucking idea how many drinks I made last night, but it was a few. And I mean, what did I make? I made like 4 tonight, didn't I? I think it was 4. Yeah, so I made 4 tonight. But it's because tomorrow's Sunday, I don't have to do anything. Abigail, yeah, last night, everyone's looking, oh, look, he's fucking wasted. I didn't feel as bad as I apparently looked. But I was pretty fucking drunk. Last night. Like I said, I couldn't even tell you how many fucking drinks I made last night. It was a few, 5 or 6. And a couple of them were really strong. Like that Navy gimlet I had 2.5 shots of Navy strength gin. So that's like fucking 4 shots of normal gin in one drink. Oh, and it was so easy to drink. It was terrifyingly easy to drink. You would think like you're drinking an overproof gin, like that's going to have a really brutal, boozy alcohol punch to it. And it fucking didn't. Just the simplicity of like, and I have tasted that Navy gin straight, and it's like, ooh, wow, that's fucking got some burn to it. But the simplicity of that gin and some lime juice and some sugar syrup, and that's all the gimlet is. And then it didn't have a really boozy punch. It tasted surprisingly light with all the botanical elements in the gin were really coming through. For a fucking alcohol heavy drink, it did not taste alcohol heavy. It was, it was disturbing how easy it was to drink. It was very dangerous. That one drink is, it's like, I don't know, there's like 4 or 5 standard drinks, something like that, in a single drink. So that shit's dangerous. And like I said, because it tasted really light. It was such an amazing. I'm definitely making that for my YouTube channel, because really I want to tell people, like, on paper, this should be blowing out the back of my skull. 2.5 shots of Navy strength gin. But it actually tastes really light. And if you weren't careful, if people just kept lining that up in front of you, You could just go, hey, fucking yeah, man, this is fucking great. This is just light. And then it's like, bam, you would be under the table. You would be under the fucking table. Because you can fool yourself that this doesn't taste very boozy, but it's boozy. And fucking knock you the fuck out. Yes, Stella, I didn't quite get to AIDSy level of losing consciousness while staying upright, but I was pretty drunk. Like, I wasn't falling over. Like, when I shut things down and went to bed, I didn't fall over. I didn't run into things, but it was like, oh, I'm pretty fucking drunk. It's like, save that for Friday nights. Like, was it Safa, you were asking how much is too much? Doing that every night would be too much. Like, I was actually like really concerned, even making 2 cocktails every night, that's too much. That's a dangerous amount of alcohol intake. But again, socially, you could get away with this. Like, I'm only having 2 drinks. It's not that much. But 2 cocktails, the way I make it, 2 decent cocktails is, depending what you're making, is anywhere from 4 to 6 standard drinks, or possibly more. Like I said, that gimlet made with the Navy strength gin by itself was probably 5 or 6 standard drinks. It's like a drink was actually 5 or 6 measures of alcohol. So 2 of them in a night, 2 of them in one night is fine. You're having a bit of a night, right? But like 2 of those every night, that would be too much. And I became conscious, probably leading into this particular lockdown in the last couple of weeks, I became conscious I might have been drinking too much, like making 2 or even 3 cocktails in most live streams and doing that 5 or 6 nights a week. That's too much. So I've been cutting it back to, Chris, moderation is absolutely the call sign here. So, for this week particularly, I think, like I said, Sunday I didn't do a live stream and I didn't drink any alcohol. I was just watching TV with Mrs. Angry. Monday I made 1 cocktail on the live stream. Tuesday I don't think I made a cocktail on the live stream. Wednesday I think I made 1. Thursday I didn't make any. Last night I got fucking shit-faced, and I'm drunk now. This is don't operate heavy machine. I'm at don't operate heavy machinery levels of drunk. I clearly couldn't legally drive at the moment. I'm at that level of I've had a couple of drinks where I could probably convince myself I was okay, and I really wouldn't be. So I think, if I blew a breathalyzer now, if I like 0.05 is legal, I reckon I'd blow about 0.08 to 0.1. Like, I'm not really shit-faced, but I'm definitely like fucking legally drunk at the moment. So I at a wild guess, I reckon I'd blow a 0.1 now. So double the legal limit, basically. This isn't. It's enough to feel it, but this is at the very light, happy stage of being drunk. Last night I was like really fucking drunk. I wasn't not happy, but I was really fucking drunk. Yeah, and it's spoken like a country boy. He needs to get home to the farm on a Saturday night. Actually, Safa, I was seriously considering a breathalyzer, because it would be interesting to know, Jesus, how much have I fucking drunk? How wasted am I? Because they're not 100% accurate, but you can get consumer grade breathalyzers. Oh, excuse me. That are reasonably accurate. I think Actually, Chris, that's a good call. The internet is like heavy machinery. Sometimes, yeah, you've had too many drinks to safely be on the internet. So, yeah. So, have you had a yolk cocktail? Happy on cocktails that use an egg yolk or a whole egg are usually called a flip. It's like you get the different sorts of cocktails: old fashioned, sour, flip, fizz, julep, mule. What else is there? That's kind of it. And everything else is variations of that. You get the ones like, what's a sidecar? Sidecar is brandy, cognac, and brandy is cognac. Brandy, orange liqueur, and lemon juice. That's kind of a sour, really. Internet devices with a breathalyzer lock. That sounds like a good idea. Yes, you go to your laptop or desktop or phone and you do a breath test, and it just goes, "Fuck, dude, no, you are gonna say and do bad things. You are gonna make bad judgments and embarrass yourself. Do not go on the internet." There's a lot to be said for that. All right, but it is 10 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to do a late night tonight, even though I could, because it's a Sunday tomorrow. But I'm old, and I don't want to be a complete wreck. And I wasn't a complete wreck today, but if I drank as much tonight and stayed up as late tonight as I did last night, I would be fucking wasted on Sunday. Locust Trooper, still up, just barely, buddy. About to go to bed. So I'm going to bid you fine people farewell. Look after yourselves. Thank you for joining me. Might be on tomorrow night. I don't know. Ha. Stella, had you do sexy text with an ex when drunk? Yeah, that'd be the other thing. When you're going to the phone should be smart enough. You got a breath test and say, yeah, you're trying to text your ex, but you've had too much to drink, so you really shouldn't. Annette, I was up to the stream went to like almost 12:30 last night, this morning. So yeah, so I'm looking after myself and going to Betty Buys now, so I can still function on a Sunday. So take care, one and all. I hope to see you again soon. There's a fair chance I might be on tomorrow night, and then maybe not on Monday night. We will see how things pan out. But I may or may not be on tomorrow night. May or may not be on Monday night. We'll take it as it comes, but I hope to see you again soon. You're all super awesome, and I want you to look after yourself and stay well. Don't let the craziness get to you, but